So we're here with Chef Andres. This is called Tierra. This restaurant is a new hotspot in town. Tierra is like soil in English. A lot of local ingredients, which they kind of came up with their own concept, which is called Nik-Col, which is super cool, which is Nikei with Colombian food. Entonces, tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me about a little bit about Tierra, how it got started.
Bueno, yo vengo de Barranca Bermeja.
Okay.
Terminé mis estudios y me puse a trabajar en todo. De ahí me fui para Bogotá. Vine aquí con la excusa de estudiar gastronomía.
Okay.
O sea, yo llegué acá sin querer estudiar esto. Una vez entré en esto, la primera vez que me puse uniforme, cuchillos, todo, dije, no, esto es lo mío.
He came to Bogota. He wanted to kind of leave this town and kind of come to Bogota, and his excuse was to learn how to cook in culinary school. But once he put the uniform on, it completely fell in love. So pandemic hits, and what happens?
Cerramos una semana y dijimos, no, esto no va a durar mucho.
Okay.
Y entonces en esa semana que cerramos yo me fui para Bucaramanga.
Okay.
En Bucaramanga yo llegué y trabajé de cocinero junto a Miguel en el restaurante español allá.
Okay.
Luego nos fuimos para el restaurante Nikei y luego pasé por otros restaurantes de la empresa, pues aprendiéndome lo de los restaurantes allá en cocina.
Okay. ¿Y a qué punto te regresas?
Nos regresamos en junio.
En junio. Tres meses.
Mes y medio más o menos desde la pandemia.
Okay.
Me vine con mi jefe, con el gerente y con la administradora.
Okay.
Para acá todos estamos en Bucaramanga. Teníamos acá un tema y es que estábamos a punto de la quiebra. Entonces teníamos que venir a intentar hacer algo, a poner...
So they were in verge of going bankrupt during pandemic. So they all decided to come and move here in June and turn it around and spin it.
Ahí fue donde empezó todo, empezar a adaptarnos a todo, empezar a tomar lo nuestro, ¿no? Ahí fue donde decidimos, no, vamos a coger y enfocarnos en la cocina colombiana.
Que ahí donde y siempre era Tierra. It was always called Tierra.
Sí, señor.
Okay. So what he's saying is that with this pandemic, they had to adapt to the situation, and then that's where they started kind of getting more on the local product, because antes era un restaurante peruano, todo peruano.
Empezó siendo peruano, luego fue tomando esos toques Nikei.
Okay.
Y pues hoy en día ya es un concepto completamente diferente.
Nik-Col.
El cual llamamos Nik-Col.
Me encanta. Entonces, so the restaurant started Peruvian, then it took a toll to kind of Nikei, and then from Nikei it kind of went to Nik-Col, which is the first time I hear it, which is here, which is Nikei with Colombian food.
También todo parte de una cabeza creativa que es nuestro gerente, es una de las principales cabezas creativas en cuanto al sentido de lo que debemos ser.
O sea, crean como un comité para cada área.
Exacto.
¿O no?
Entonces, pues una vez sabemos lo que queremos ser, hacia dónde queremos enfocar, ya trabajamos de la mano junto a cada jefe de área. Digamos, trabajo con el de cocina caliente para la creación de los platos de cocina caliente. En cocina fría lo mismo, en pastelería lo mismo.
So what he's saying is that everybody just kind of works together here to make one common goal, which is make this place successful. And you can kind of tell already, like, la energía muy buena aquí. Great energy in here. The place is beautifully balanced. And upstairs they have their own huerta, they have their own greenhouse, so they grow their own herbs, their own upstairs, which is absolutely amazing. We were up there earlier. Super cool. So we're excited, Chef Andres. We're really excited to be here. Te felicito con todo lo que estás haciendo, el nombre que están haciendo, y pues es obvio que estás ahora sí haciendo un nombre para ustedes, que es...
Tenemos una personalidad también.
Tienen su propia personalidad. Very humble guy, very cool guy. Tierra, estamos emocionados. Vamos entonces a probar esta delicia que tienes. Dad, so look what we have. Huh? Looks beautiful, right?
Espectacular.
Looks amazing. This is absolutely beautiful. So this is, if you can kind of see this, Danny, it's so the outside, the shell is green plantains. So it's like a patacon, like a toston. Then it has a like kind of a flank steak, but it's slowly cooked for a long period of time. And then it has panela, which is like a raw sugar, and with suero. So the beef has a little bit of soya, a little bit of the raw sugar. So it's what he was selling. The beef is very aromatic. it's got that hint of soy. So Nikei is Japanese, Peruvian, and then this is Nik-Col, which is Japanese, is Nikei, Japanese, Peruvian, and Colombian. So I do taste the Asian, and then I taste the Colombian flavors. Here we have, this is something special which caught my attention. So on the bottom, it's almost like una arepa de chocolo, lo que le dijiste, ¿cierto? La base, so it's a fresh corn patty, and then he uses that as the base, but then on top is panceta acevichado, o sea, la panceta acevichado, ¿cierto? So it's almost like chicharrón with a Peruvian, I guess, ceviche flavor. Cilantro, lime, onion. So he did a Kalamata olive aioli, which is fucking phenomenal. And it all just goes in very, very good. Okay, so it's a couple Asian spices, and then you have a little sweetness of the corn, which is, man, it goes perfectly. This is, so instead of the seaweed, it's actually a plantain. It's got sushi rice inside. It's got some crab cakes, which is called jaiba. Here it's national, it's Colombian. Esto es un furikake, which is also made of seaweed. A little masago caviar, and then it's just kind of one or two bites. It's actually cold. I thought it was going to be hot. So, yo pensaba que el cangrejo, porque alguna razón iba a ser caliente, but it's all cold. So it's almost like a ceviche style crab with the rice that's in the middle, and then the sweetness kind of the outside. So it's got a little acidic sweetness, and the textures are phenomenal. But wow, what an amazing dish! Wow, it's almost like sweet, but also green. So it gives it a little bit of that sweetness and tart, huh? A little bit of tartness. Wow. And then the ceviche, it's like I guess crab in a ceviche form, which is phenomenal. Excellent. What a great dish. This is, again, what he calls Nik-Col, which again, I think it's fascinating and I think it's amazing. So this is your typical Peruvian ceviche, but the leche de tigre, he does it with suero colombiano, which is almost like a Colombian sour cream per se. So he does it with corvina, so he has a couple ingredients that are Colombian, but then he has furikake, which is Asian. He has these potato chips, which are Colombian potatoes, which are nativos. So I'm just gonna kind of grab a little bit of this and just kind of see how. So it's corvina. So even the fish is local. So he's big on using all these local ingredients, these local products, which I think is amazing. I think it's what we should all be doing. And he preserves the local market. Yeah, I mean you have the sweetness of the sweet plantain with ceviche, and then you kind of feel in that leche de tigre, you feel a little bit of that sour cream, that suero. And then I think he throws a little bit of that furikake, which gives it a little more throwing towards the Asian, which furikake is a kind of seaweed leaf, the outside of the sushi roll. Kind of mix in. The quinoa, you get a little of the crunchiness. Wow, fucking amazing. This is also something that's very, very cool. So underneath, he has, it's almost like a hummus, a little bit of that sour cream, and a cauliflower. So it's cauliflower, a little of that sour cream, that Colombian sour cream, which is called suero, and a little hummus. And then he has a mix of vegetables. He has this tuna. So this tuna is from the Pacific. Soy sauce with a little bit of that raw sugar. Panela is very, very popular here. We use it in drinks, in juices, in coffees, like instead of having sugar, they'll give you a coffee with panela. So he has some caramelized sunflower seeds. So I'm gonna kind of try a little bit of the tuna first. So he tells me to mix it with a little bit of the vegetables, with the hummus and the sugar, and the rock sugar with soy. So it does give it a complete different flavor. So the hummus is soft. I mean, the main ingredient here is a tuna, which is awesome. It's very, very fresh. He just sears it on the outside, but it's still raw in the middle. And then it just mixes almost perfectly with that soy raw sugar flavor, and then the crunchiness of the sunflower seeds, creaminess, saltiness, citrus, soft, crunchy, all the textures you need on a great dish. So we're finishing up with these desserts. They look freaking amazing. Chef Andres, the food has been amazing so far. These are desserts that we finish off with. So look how beautiful it is. So it's almost like a cheese with dulce de leche inside, which is arequipe here, they call it. It's kind of crumbles of nuts. He has a couple different types of nuts crumbled kind of all around. And then this is kind of like a foam. ¿De qué era la puma? Oh, the kumis. So it's kumis is like a yogurt, buttermilk, something in between. So the cake, he says, has fruits right in the middle. So I'm gonna kind of cut it right in the middle to see if we can see. Let me see. Oh man, look at that. So that looks beautiful. So it has a little bitterness to it at the end, which is a little bit of the liqueur, and it's like the texture, I guess, is like a hard flan, which is it's good. Very different. This is Gulopa Cheesecake, which is Gulopa is almost like towards the passion fruit. And then, oh wow, look at that. Banana bocadillo, okay. Outside is cream cheese, almost like a cheesecake, but it's a very light cheesecake. It's not heavy cheesecake like our cheesecake. It's very light, but in the inside it has these fruits, which is Gulopa, which is kind of like the passion fruit. So it goes very, very good. Again, like you would think these desserts would be really, really sweet, but they're not. They're very neutral. They go very well. The crunchiness on the outside gives it, I guess it's little cookies, gives it a great thing. And I think that the blueberry just gives it a little freshness to it. So here we have two cocktails. They're both with aguardiente. Los dos son con aguardiente, ¿cierto? All right, so this one's with aguardiente, with corozo, which is like that cranberry. It's macerated corozo with it's macerated corozo, which is like the cranberry with aguardiente. He added a little soda water to refresh it, and coca leaves. Very refreshing, goes down very, very well. It's got a little sweetness to it, which he says is a panela, pero también tiene, el limón, le echaste. Oh, it has a little citrus also. This is thyme, so the thyme, he macerates it with coca leaves and also aguardiente. The thyme and the coca leaves blend very, very well with the cocktail. And again, the coca leaves makes the aguardiente a little more neutral. For manzanilla, it's like a tea, so they make a syrup out of it. He put the syrup, and then he put a lime soda, like a pink lemonade soda. All right, Dad, so what do you think? Yeah, so they gave us actually the shots of liquor. This is aguardiente infused with a coca and the thyme. And then this is the shot of aguardiente with corozo and panela, or the raw sugar. So we kind of had it. It was actually pretty good. Guys, this restaurant was called Tierra. The bar is insane. Dad, it was a hell of a meal.
Sure.
What'd you think, Dad? What'd you think?
Great.
It was amazing, right? It was good.
Amazing.
Good experience.
Good.
He loved it. He wants to come back. He wants to come back tomorrow. So, guys, this restaurant was Nikei and Colombian, which is called Nik-Col, which is a whole new type of cuisine that I'm hearing about it for the first time here. The food was absolutely unbelievable. Truly Nikei with Colombian flavors. The bar, all Colombian product. These guys are doing a hell of a job. Chef Andres and his boy are doing an incredible job in the food. So guys, till next time here at Tierra in Bogota. This place was amazing. Highly recommend it. Guys, cheers. Till next time.
Bueno,
Cheers, Dad.
salud.
Bueno, salud.